Pusha T says drug references in his music have stopped some of his bags, quote unquote, or the ability to do corporate deals or launch product or whatever. And somebody was tweeting to him. A tweet came across from a fan. Make sure I get my timeline together as I read this. He says, "I don't know what I know what it's written about." This is a fan, or the gentleman named Matt. No, this is not a fan. This is somebody I guess that he knows. I'm not familiar with him. His name is Matt. I know what it's written about, but when I play Keys Open Doors for my 2-year-old, it's actually a non-double entendre educational song. I'm saying clips is for the children. Shout out to Pusha T. And Pusha T responds and he says, "Thanks. I've been trying to write a children's book for years. It won't publish me." And he says, "Luckily, no one tried to clown me for my McDonald's jingle. I would have had to dig up pay stubs. I think you social media guys call that metrics." So Pusha T's out here pretty much claiming the fact that he uses drug references in his records, he's missing out on some bags. Now, for me, I don't believe that because I know a lot of rappers that have drug references that are still getting to the bag. Now, I could be wrong. If I am, y'all correct me in the chat, but this is a situation where I say I'm not going. Yeah, I'm not going on. Maybe the children's book. I might give him that loan.
I'll give him that
Do you
one.
give him the children's book?
I'll give him the children's book.
Don't do that, man. You give me children's book?
Yeah, I will.
Okay.
Yeah.
Other than that, Lone, what do you think, man? Like, are you in agreement with me where I don't think this is legit because I just see too many? It's all over the place. Like, you mean to tell me all these kids that are getting all the deals are not mentioning that? I don't believe that.
Maybe they have more of a marketability as well than what Pusha T has. Because
Good point.
I mean, I don't want to necessarily say that I don't disagree with what he's saying because it's, and I'm sure he knows his intricate dealings more than everybody else. But I feel like that he could make these, like, he's in a position now to where he can do a lot of these things himself. But
Thomas Roberts just said that in the chat. He just said that.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. So like you can self-publish, and I don't know, man. I literally know people that have published books, and published stuff themselves. So
as well.
I don't know, man. So maybe he's just speaking on that specifically. I'm guessing in the past he probably has been turned down for some of this stuff, but nowadays in 2021, I don't know, man.
That's
I don't necessarily. Especially with a lot of the people that are getting a lot of pub just because they're so popular. I just don't think Pusha T is as popular as some of these young artists.
You're on good music.
Yeah.
Literally, you're on good music.
Yeah.
You have an Adidas contract.
Yeah.
You have an Arby's check coming in.
Yep.
Structured correctly versus the McDonald's one.
Yep.
As y'all said, you can literally publish yourself.
Yeah.
You don't need permission from anybody at this point in time to publish a book. I could wake up tomorrow and be like, you know what? I want to write a book and do it. I can get online, get it published, and find somebody to print it and put it out. Simple as that.
Yeah.
I mean, he's in a position way better than a lot of us as far as monetarily. So, I mean, he's trying to get it to be sold in maybe a Walmart. It's not necessarily the publishing, it's more of the selling the idea to these companies to sell your book. At the end of the day, if you really want to put out a book, you don't need them. You can do it yourself. All you got to do is make a TV show appearance, which you're already doing. I mean, you had songs with Justin Timberlake.
True. True.
And,
I forgot about that.
Whenever someone says, yo, I can't, my marketability is this, that, and the third, there's a guy named Snoop Dogg.
Definitely.
Who has the ultimate marketability, and his entire, public life has been about him smoking weed. Now, mind you, the mindset of people as far as the acceptability of people smoking weed has changed a great deal. Yeah. But once again, this is a guy who was on trial for murder, and now I see he has he's done everything from from car companies to working with Martha Stewart and got a lighter endorsement deal.
Yeah.
I mean, hell, I saw a advertisement today with Mike Tyson, who, let's just be clear, was on trial.
I already know. Yep.
Of what he was convicted of, and he had he has for Mike's Hard Lemonade Seltzer.
Yeah,
there's like it's a new commercial, and everybody knows Mike Tyson's history. So when people say, "Oh, I'm not particularly marketable," this, that, and the third, I'm like, all right, you can kind of miss me with that, because there have been people who've been through our prison system, who've been drugged through the mud through all sorts of public situations, and they have endorsement deals with major corporations here in the United States of America. So I mean,
that's my thing. Like,
nice try, Pusha T, but I don't think so.
That's my thing. We got plenty. We got mad examples, and we old enough to, remember all these examples and everything that they've been through. Just like the two that you just gave, and there's more. There's way more that we could really pull from if we keeping it a buck.
I mean, Rick Ross, the real Ross, has a self-published book. I mean, he came up during the Reagan era.
True.
Yeah, he was literally out here doing it.
Signed and sold books.
Yeah, he's literally out here. He was literally out here doing it. So you can't tell me that you can't publish your book. It makes sense,
right?
I'm a Pusha T fan at the end of the day.
Me too.
I'm not.
You got to remember though.
I'm not, but Terry, I think he definitely has avenues in order to do it if he wants to.
But I think even more so. But even more so of all this, like the whole statement, like the drug references in his music have stopped some of his endorsement opportunities. Like that's a him problem. You know what I mean? Like that's like you chose that.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like
that's the vibe. That's the route you chose. That's a fact. That's the route you chose.
He's on the board at Adidas, though. He doesn't just have a shoe with Adidas. He's on the board.
Yeah.
And I think that's a pretty solid position.
I think he's doing all right.
It is. That's huge. Yeah, that's huge. Like I'm with you there now. But yeah, I just thought it was interesting because so many things came to my mind. I'm like, man, I don't know. Like Lone said, some of the decisions that you make and some of the stuff that you choose to do, that also is a reflection on it as well. So we gotta, it's the word accountability. We gotta do that as well. So
man, hey, Kanye West is your right hand man. Has Donda's house. Donda's house probably publishes something, help you do something. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah. If anybody that got pulled, like Kanye knows some of everybody. So if push come to shove, he definitely ain't hurting for no plugs. I see what you did there. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I see what you did there. But I don't know, man. Like, I just didn't buy it because we know some of the stuff and we pretty much named it. So
get your Q score together. You know what I'm saying? Like, honestly, it doesn't matter what you rapped about or what you did. You better get on these red carpets and kiss the right babies and shake the right hands. Like it really doesn't matter what your past, what you involved in, and what you rapped about. If these folks want you as a spokesman and they feel like you're, like I said, I talk about the Q score.
Yeah.
Like, Mike Tyson and Snoop Dogg's Q scores are to the point where they can get endorsement deals with these major corporations. It doesn't matter what they did in their past.
That's true.
If you've enjoyed this segment from the New Old Heads podcast, make sure to join our live chat every Tuesday from 9 to 11 p.m. Eastern at youtube.com/New Old Heads Network. Make sure to subscribe and hit that bell for notifications. We also invite you to join our private Discord community at newoldheads.com/community.